People who shoved their school papers in their backpack with no binder/folder etc., where are you now? Wildland firefighter, don't really have to put any papers in my bag anymore. Though I do subscribe to the stuff your tent in the bag strategy over folding it. Only monsters fold their tent to store it. The creases concentrate the wear and will fail over time, usually at the worst time, leading to them cowering in the tent of someone who doesn't store their tent like a monster. Shoving papers in my laptop bag/tool bag/desk drawer. Snacks in there underneath those papers. Go paperless whenever I can. Take a picture of document and email to myself. Anything that's important and must be kept, tax documents, I have a small little crate in my garage and I throw all the docs in there when I need to sift through the docs. It can sometimes suck. Still looking for my homework from 5th grade. I stopped looking for my homework after the teacher turned her back. I knew I didn't do it, I was just trying to milk a little pity out of the situation. Still trying to get my hit together. But this time in a more professional environment. Get your hit, put it in a backpack, so it's together. Now I'm a teacher who shoves his papers in his bag with no binder/folder. I always buy these nice binders which I carefully organize with different colors at the beginning of each school year. By the end of September I'm back to the good old-fashioned chaos. Same, except not a teacher. I am a living illustration of entropy. Sad face. I teach as well. My desk is usually a mess. I've got an easy item for kids turning in and collecting work. Neat freaks drive me nuts about how superior they feel they are because they are neat and organized. Ted Bundy was organized. Hitler was neat. Albert Einstein and Abraham Lincoln had messy desks. Same. I'm a teacher and I always feel like binders and file folders take too much of my time to properly organize, and that they usually just slow me down when searching for something. I prefer open stacks in organization trays or wide encompassing files labeled with things such as all things insurance. Why have 70 file folders when 7 large ones will do just fine? The thing with teaching organization skills is that my teachers all wanted me to use their methods and what works for them. As a kid I found it easier to stuff the papers in my backpack. As long as it was working out for me I didn't really see the problem. Same. But after 3 years of buying binders and planners I just gave up and accepted that there will perpetually be papers everywhere in my classroom. Decent office job. I no longer shove my papers into a backpack. That's what my desk drawers are for. I prefer the important bin. I skip the backpack and trash everything I don't need immediately. My desk is scattered with papers and random stuff but no one cares cause I bring in that revenue baby. That's what they don't teach you in school. I'm a doctor so now I just shove them in my white coat instead. Same. I wear the man-fit lab coat even though I'm a woman because Evil Core decided women's fitted lab coats had to have smaller pockets. Wait, are you me? My wife once took a picture of all the shit that was in my short white coat. It was like 15 pounds of accoutrement. 3 pagers, a bottle of Guaiac Developer, Maxwell's, Littman Cardio 3, random gloves, an N95, Sigilube, alcohol swabs, trauma shears, silk tape, Coban, etc. 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 Oh, and like 3 pounds of MRSA and coffee stains and ink on the sleeves. An engineer. Still shoving my papers into a backpack. Same. An engineer. My desk is also cluttered with loose papers and pens. Yep, still doing the same hit. I just moved after 15 years and was going through an old backpack and found an expired check for a few grand. Kinda stung a little. Didn't mention it to the wife. Same, but software dev. I used to do it cause I was too poor to get good binders and whatever those folder things are called. Now I do it cause I always did it. I could easily make something to track this but I'm still all about writing shit on loose papers. I feel less bad because my mentor's version of working through issues is writing it all out on a whiteboard. Not poor at all these days though, so it can't be that bad to have a weird relationship with bags and papers. Asterisk I remembered. They were called duotangs, the folder things. I'm living with a very organized woman and it's a pretty middle-class suburban life. I got through school fine. My life changed when I got diagnosed with ADHD as an adult and started taking meds. It slipped under the radar BC my performance was high. Happened to me too when I started law school at 50. Started taking meds, and all kinds of stuff getting done that had been sitting for years. I'm making an appointment for testing next month when I get my new insurance. Girls frequently get missies because they are less hyperactive and more daydreamy. I just read this book delivered from distraction and had to get a highlighter for everything that pertained to me. I lost the highlighter 3 different times so there are multiple colors. I switched to a pen. I actually haven't finished it. I'm better at reading fiction. I did well in high school but not so much in college. We'll see. If you even slightly suspect ADHD, go read that book. Same exact experience. I got through life thinking I was just disorganized, but I did great with grades and I could hide it fairly easily. It only got to be when I was in college and beyond that I realized I may have a problem. I read up on adult ADHD and checked off basically all the symptoms, and once I got medicated, my life really got sorted itself out. I am a web programmer. It's funny because my code tends to be very clean and well documented. My files are always very organized, too. Digital organization is really easy for me, but as soon as paper is involved everything goes to hell. Same. When I played Fallout 4, I had this elaborate organization system for my resources that I spent hours maintaining and fully enjoying every second. I hate organizing physical objects so much. If I could do it via Pip-Boy, I'd be the next Marie Kondo. A guy in my high school did this. He now has a PhD in astrophysics. I am one of these people. I spent my whole PhD shoving papers everywhere. Just started my PhD program, currently still shoving papers in my backpack. I listened to 2 podcasts at once, both at 2x speed. I know you're joking, but I used to work with this guy who couldn't just sit and be consuming some kind of media at all times. Brought his iPad to work and streamed Netflix at his desk while he did whatever his job was, shit like that. I went over to his house once and he was sitting on his couch playing Xbox while his iPad was propped up on a chair below his TV streaming Netflix while his phone was playing a police scanner app and he had music playing through the stereo in the background. I had to leave. I couldn't handle it. He was doing too many things at once and in effect doing nothing at all. I was just watching an episode of Extreme Cheapskates and there was a guy on there who only flushed once a week. He went on a date with this girl and told her he'd let her flush it more than that though. So that was nice of him. I eat clementines whole and spit out the peel bit by bit. Wait, so you just bite into it like an apple? God damn, that is some barbaric hit. And here I was thinking I was rough around the edges for only flossing once a week. Are you my boyfriend? FFS, I didn't know so many scraps of paper and kitchen knives. He's a cook not a murderer, and phone chargers and literally socks. Any ducking thing he owns could be so haphazardly shoved into a kitchen cabinet in my life. Oh edit, my god, the ducking icons on his desktop. Insanity.